Here it is. Let's say it together. Foolishness is relying on self and refusing to align with God. Foolishness is relying on self and refusing to align with God. When we've all been foolish, and we all have, I know I have on so many different occasions, but when I align myself with God, it's amazing what God can do. And sometimes we're foolish in just dysfunctional ways. It doesn't have to be something that's a big immoral thing. For example, I grew up on a farm. My dad had a lot of livestock, so we had a John Deere 40. Later, he bought several other tractors, but he bought a 55 John Deere 40. I love that tractor. I plowed with it. I bush hogged with it. We got hay up with it. So when I moved to Hickory and we finally had 1.2 acres, I bought a John Deere tractor. Had a 42-inch cut. It was a small tractor. But it was a lawnmower. Well, I loved mowing with that lawnmower. I'd get up Saturday morning and I'd mow. 2.5, 3 years in, I don't know what happened. It got a nail or something, but one time I went out to the shed and there was a flat on the back tire. I thought, well, I can remedy this. Got in my truck, got out of the garage, a pump where you put it in the cigarette lighter and the pump pumps up the tire. Sure enough, took a few minutes, but the tire was pumped up. I went ahead and mowed. No big deal. Came back the next Saturday morning to mow. Guess what? Flat tire again. I thought, I can fix this. Went and got my truck, pulled it up, pumped the tire up. I did that for about 7 more weeks. I kept being functionally dysfunctional. I didn't fix the tire. I just kept pumping it up. Well, guess what? I don't know how it happened, but my brother-in-law found out my need for having flat tires. He got me an air compressor. He contributed to my dysfunction. So I got the air compressor and I put it out there in the building, and we flipped the switch, and Saturday morning I'd just pump up the flat tire. That went on for about another 2 months, and then it's wintertime. So, then you don't mow in the wintertime. So come springtime, guess what? I went out there first or second week of March, opened the door, there's a flat tire. I thought, well, I'm glad I got my air compressor. Turned the air compressor on, pumped the tire up again. Did that for a few more weeks, and I felt the Holy Spirit saying this: fix the tire, dummy. Fix the tire, dummy. You going to keep using the air compressor? Have you ever been mad at yourself? I mean, just mad. I was so mad at myself for not fixing the tire. I went over and got a big old-fashioned concrete block. I was so mad, I picked the back of that John Deere tractor up and I kicked that concrete block in. I set that thing down. I took a pair of pliers. I took the key out that held the tire on, took the tire off, went down to the local guy there in Mountain View, had a tube put in. It cost me $10. $10 to stop being functionally dysfunctional. So I came back with the blown up tire, put it back on, put the key on, took the concrete block out, and I haven't seen that compressor since. Hadn't had to flip it on since. I felt the Holy Spirit saying, fix the tire, dummy, or fool, if you will. I was being foolish. Take the word tire out and put whatever you need to put in there.